I'm Berkeley Trayhorne, and I'm from Dalmeny, Saskatchewan. I first started playing probably around when I was 5.
She's been in multiple different sports throughout her entire life. The one sport that she always reverts back to is hockey.
So to me, the reason specifically why Berkeley likes hockey is primarily the social aspect, but as she got older, she liked the physicality as well. She really enjoys mixing it up in the corners in front of the net, which she hasn't got in a lot of the other sports that she's tried. She gravitated to play with the boys outside of hockey, so I think she really enjoyed it. It was an avenue to be around her friends.
That's like how I have most of my friends. I wouldn't have gotten to know them because they're not in my class or at my school.
When she was 10 years old, we went to the rink, and then all of a sudden we got stopped in the lobby saying that she was no longer allowed to go into their dressing room before practices. There was no forewarning to us, her parents, to kind of, break the news to her kind of thing.
I felt really sad, and I just remember me and my mom crying in a different dressing room for like at least an hour, and I decided not to play for like 3 practices after.
Her comments were things like she came home and said, "What did I do wrong? I've done nothing wrong, Dad." I mean, our daughter was devastated. She was humiliated.
I just wanted to have fun, and that was the main reason why I play hockey.
When they won, right, or won a tournament or something, they'd all, it was great. They'd all come together. The coach would have their talk, and then she'd be, booted out of the room, and they'd start the music and, start the actual team camaraderie, and so she'd be excluded from that. She felt very isolated, and it was no fault of, the teammates, right? They're just celebrating, right?
The effect of that was that she felt excluded. Our daughter dressed in rooms that we deemed to be unsafe for her. In fact, she's been walked in on some of these rooms. People were going to get the broom out of the closet, right, by grown men at the rink and different things like that. Innocent people, but not knowing that a child was dressing in this room. She also felt very uncomfortable being away from her team.
They put me in closets or with other teams, with other girls, with a bunch of brooms and a chair that we can sit on, and some people would sit on the floor. So obviously I didn't want to be with them because I'm versing them.
She chose partway through that year that it was less demeaning to just getting dressed while people walked by. So she ended up, every rink we went to, I went and found 2 chairs to sit outside the doorway of the team. She felt more a part of her team to be able to sit there, listen to the music, listen to them all laugh. The boys would come out half-dressed, talk to her, shoot pucks in front of her while she was getting dressed as people walked by.
I was getting dressed out in the hallway with everyone watching me, so I don't get why I couldn't be in the room.
So our daughter basically spent that year crying after every game.
This is the stuff that she's been dealing with as a 12-year-old, little girl, just wanting to play hockey.
She essentially lost all of her friends that she had.
I don't really have the same friendships anymore. Some part of it is sad, and some part of it is just me angry because it's not their fault or my fault that we're not friends anymore.
The strength that our daughter has shown throughout this, I am so proud of her that for 2 years she basically cried going to and from the rink. But when we suggested that maybe you don't play anymore because we couldn't stand watching her go through it, she was adamant. She wants to play hockey with her friends. Imagine your child going through something like this. Our daughter is amazing, but our daughter is just another girl that wants to play hockey. We've chosen to stand behind her and teach her that you can stand up for yourself. Our daughter is very strong, and we just want other regular children not to go through what she's went through.
What we had to try to get across to Berkeley is that this is unacceptable. you cannot be treated this way, and we're gonna do something, we're gonna stand up and do something where you do not get treated this way, but also no other little girl or child ever gets treated this way.
I'm just trying to help every girl that plays hockey feel more supported and want to play more and get more girls to play.